How's it going today, guys? Catch and release fishing. I'm here in Southwest Ohio at the Great Miami River, and today I'm going to show you the methods and techniques I use to catch fall saugeye. I'm using 8-pound monofilament on a medium fast action rod. Anywhere between 6'6" to 7 foot is my preferred to saugeye fish, because you want that action. You want to feel all the vibrations of your baits going through the water. But here in the fall, these saugeye, they're active, but they want slow baits. You want to slow roll your baits as slow as possible, and these fish will come up and just inhale them. I've been catching them at night, but I'm going to demonstrate my techniques in the day so you guys can see them, and hopefully these can help you catch some fish. So let's go. All right, guys, the first tip to catching saugeyes is finding saugeye habitat in your rivers, lakes, creeks, streams, wherever you're going after. So here we got an awesome little feeder creek flowing into the Great Miami River. I have a gravel pebble bar along this entire bank, and these saugeyes will come up here at night waiting for bait fish to come floating down, and they'll ambush them right at the mouth of the creek right here. So I'm gonna show you a few of my techniques that I do when I'm fishing these creek mouths, and hopefully you guys can pick up some of these tips and it'll help you catch some fish. Like I said, I'm using 8-pound mono. I got this carbon fiber rod. They're pretty cheap. You can get them for around $50 to $70 depending on where you go. I also use a barrel swivel on my Joshys, and that's not necessary. And I also use a 1/8 ounce jig head. I use the Luck Strike jig heads you can get at Walmart. They come in a pack of 5, and I think they're anywhere from $2.50 to $3, but they have a nice stout hook, and these guys can catch fish, big fish too. I've been catching flatheads off these in the summer. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate this is the slow roll technique that I use a lot of the time. I've been using recently here in the river. So I'll just flip it out, keep your line taut with your bait the entire time, and you just want to kind of slow roll your bait. Rod tip down, pointing down at the water, and just slow rolling it. This allows your bait to bounce off these little rocks and stuff in your rivers, and is excellent for the fall, because these saugeyes want a slow bait when the water gets really cold. They like a slow rolling bait. So just cast out, nice slow roll. And this would be excellent to do at night here, because like I said, these saugeyes will come up here and lay on this bank right here and just inhale these Joshys. Cast out, let sink, keep tight with your bait, start reeling really slow. And you're not just going to catch saugeyes, you're going to catch smallmouth, flathead catfish. I caught a 15-pound flathead on a Joshie just a few weeks ago, just slow rolling like that. All right, so we got the slow rolling method. Here's another method, and you can learn this from guys online. You have Troy Becker, you have Andrew Klaus that are doing a lot of saugeye videos on YouTube as well, and they're excellent teachers at catching saugeye. So here's I call it the yo-yo method. I'll keep my bait, reel it up, keep my line tight, reel down to it, yo-yo it back up. This is good for your summertime time frames in the summer when the water's a little warm. That yo-yo technique is an excellent technique. You can also use this in the winter time as well. Just the slower you go in the winter, the better, in my opinion. Pull it up, reel down to your lure so that your line is never slack, because sometimes these saugeyes will hit your bait and you won't even know it, and by the time you know it, it's already too late. It's out of their mouth. I'll demonstrate one more time. Cast it out, keep your line taut with your lure, start yo-yoing it, reel down to it, rod tip at the water, come back up, come back up. Just yo-yoing that bait off the bottom, nice and slow. And those fish are either going to hit it when your bait is going down into the depths, or they're going to hit it when it's coming up, or sometimes they'll even hit it when it's sitting on the bottom, dead stick. Cast out. Yo. Now the next technique I'll show you guys is the slow roll. I call it the slow roll and pause. I learned this from watching some Troy Becker YouTube videos as well. So what you do is keep your line tight with your bait, let it hit the bottom, slow rolling it, and pause. Let it dead stick. That current will move that tail of that Joshie, and what's so awesome about these Joshies is that you don't need a lot of action to produce a lot of productivity in the bait. You don't have to sit here and burn it to get that tail to move. You can literally reel this bait as slow as possible, and that tail on that bait is still going to go. And that's what makes these so effective for saugeye, any of your river species. I'm going to cast out here. Let your bait hit the bottom. And you're going to lose these in the river and the lakes too. So be prepared to lose them no matter what. But if you're not in the bottom where the fish are at, you're not going to be catching fish. Pause, retrieve. Pause, retrieve. Another method, retrieve, that I use is just the burning method. And this is good in the summertime. You catch all kinds of smallmouth and stuff in the river, just nice and burning it like this. Keep that bait in the middle of the water column. Just burning it like this is also a productive technique. Nice consistent retrieve. Alright guys, that's going to end the saugeye retrieve method video here today at the Great Miami River. I hope you learned something, and I hope you guys use these techniques I used in the video and go catch saugeye. It's an awesome fish, beautiful fish, and an excellent resource we have here in Ohio that the ODNR puts these in our waterways, and we get blessed with being able to catch them. If you like to eat them, they're excellent table fare, so I've heard. I have yet to try a saugeye, which is crazy. I know. I'll try one eventually. But I hope you liked the video, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys out in the water. Let's go!